Hello and welcome everybody to another MachoorTV video. Today we're actually going to finally take a look at Blaz's Ryu from his run in Capcom Cup 11. I know this is an overdue video, but we're finally here. We're gonna do this. We're gonna check his matches versus Angry Bird. I wanted to check this specific set because I think it's a very good set that actually showcases his playstyle and just gives you it just shows everything that he wants to do, right? Everything that Blaz, his style of play, right? It shows his style of offense, his defense, and everything. So, but before we do that, also you can now easily book your next coaching session or one of the other coaching services available in the link in the description below. So you guys know that Angry Bird is actually one of the best, if arguably not the best player in the world right now, and I have first-hand experience with his Akuma. Like, his Akuma is absolutely insane. That player is absolutely crazy. So spoiler alert, if you guys don't know, actually Blaz 1-3-0 in this set, which is absolutely crazy. Even though I consider this matchup to be bad for Ryu, but he played it very well. He played it in a very interesting way. To me, this is the best showcase of Ryu that I've seen ever since the game has started. This is the strongest showcase for Ryu for sure. So it's definitely very interesting. It's a clean sweep 3-0, so it was very shocking, despite being a Ryu player. But I was of course supporting my friend Angry Bird over here. But no problem. Let's just check this over here. You can see that he started off with a fireball, and immediately going to the closing the gap with just a walk forward, and then doing a standing light punch or standing light kick into light Hashoki. This is actually a safe string, so even if this is blocked, it's not going to be punished. Something that I love to do a lot. And then afterwards, he's just getting pressure right now, and you will love this. You will see this a lot of the times. Like, he does use heavy punch a lot. This is his signature move, in my opinion. Blaz's signature move is the standing heavy punch, and he uses it as in very interesting, ranges. His spacing with it is extremely good. So you'll see Blaz actually doing this from here a lot of the time. Look at this. This is a heavy punch followed up with medium donkey kick, medium high blade kick, and despite medium donkey kick being -8 on block, so it's going to be punished with like a crouching medium kick or like a standing medium punch or whatever, it's actually safe over here because look at the pushback. And even Angry Bird attempts it, but he just goes for an overhead. I think that might have been like an input error, or maybe he was like, okay, this is not going to be punished, so he's probably going to block afterwards, so let me just go for an overhead, so I might just get like a free overhead hit. Maybe that was his thought process over here, but he immediately gets punched with a another standing heavy punch. He did not follow it up with anything. He was doing like heavy Hashoki, and it's not gonna work. Maybe he thought that he had charge. Maybe that's why he did this heavy Hashoki over here after this. And it's very interesting. Like, after the medium down kick, when you know that it's not gonna be punished, he's just pressing. Like, he did not delay anything. He did not like wait and then do it. Like, he immediately did the medium down kick, and then immediately afterwards followed up with a heavy punch. So he probably thought that he had a ding charge over here, but no problem. It's still plus frames. He's still continuing the pressure. You will see this a lot of the time. Sometimes when he's like +2 or something like that, he will always go for this string. He will go for the crouching light kick, and then a standing light punch. And that puts him at a very interesting space, right? This time around he blocked, right? But another time you're gonna see that he does a standing heavy punch after this. Like, after the standing light punch, he will not wait. He will just immediately do a heavy punch into like a medium down kick again, and then do the whole space trap thing again. But this time around he waited, and this was actually a punish. If I get this thing right, yeah, this is definitely a punish. This it was probably gonna be -4 or something, but he probably just was a little bit late, maybe a couple of frames late or something, so he couldn't get the punish on the dive kick. But again, the same string, always going for the crouching light kick and then standing light punch, and then this time around he cancels with drive rush. And you can see that he did heavy down kick over here, and then afterwards went for the Denjin charge. It's fine over here because he already put him in the corner, and here he's putting him in a very good space where if he tries anything, if he presses anything, he can whiff punish, and if he tries to jump out, he can anti-air. So this is not a bad place to do this. When you put the opponent in the corner, you can do this. It's like a choice. He can either do this or, of course, stick to his face and get the Oki. So this time around, he does like, look at this. Like he woke up with Adamant Flame, with heavy Adamant Flame. So he could have actually, like, you know, whiff punished this, but he did not expect it to actually whiff, and he went for the parry just to try to perfect parry it. So this is a very interesting situation. But as I told you, like, you know, from that range, anything that Akuma does, he can actually whiff punish. So so this is like why this actually happened over here. Why did he go for that? And again, you know, a beautiful walk back, and he does this combo. This combo is actually like the optimal one with like the least meter to use. So if you use this combo, it's with drive rush. Normally you would do over here, would do like drive rush, heavy punch, and then light medium Ashoki, and then heavy DP. But over here, right, this actually does a tiny bit more damage. Not a tiny bit, but like I think a couple of hundred points or something. I'm not quite sure. It does more damage. It does definitely do more damage. It's back heavy punch into light donkey kick, and then heavy DP, which is you know, it does much more damage than the other one. So over here, if he actually waited a little bit, he could have actually canceled that the DI with a level 1 because he had a level 1 over here. But he decided to go for something else, crouchy beating kick, try to like you know, pressure him a little bit. And unfortunately, it was a little bit too fast for him to, you know, react and cancel it to like DI, so he got like burnt out over here. But still a very good situation over here. Angry Bird gets the side switch, and he's in a bad position over here because, you know, if he decides to DI him, he's gonna get stunned. Yes, he has super, but you know, he might die from it actually. So it might not be a very bad situation over here. But anyways, he does get a punish over here. This is a whiff punish. Very, 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 very nice, and it shows you how aware he is to get a whiff punish that close. Like, you know, to see it whiff from there, and he just gets a whiff punish. And you can see, like, in defense, the way that he interrupts things with standing light kick. Standing light kick is very, very good because it has very good range and it's only 5 frames. So you might not get a big reward from it, but it's at least it's good to like stop the opponent from like pressing buttons against you. So yes, this is very interesting. He just needs one hit, and then you can see like over here, like once he gets hit, once Akuma does a dive kick, he normally goes for like heavy punch. You can see this through even his throughout his entire run, right? Whenever he's playing versus Akuma, and Akuma does like you know, a dive kick or like a demon flip, he always deals with a heavy punch because it has like very good horizontal range, and you know, he doesn't want to DP it because DPing can actually like whiff a lot versus Akuma. It's not a very good option from like long ranges like this. This is not very close range, right? So he does use this, and even if it whiffs, even if Akuma goes for like a feint or something like a heavy punch that actually like does whiffs, or like an empty demon flip, he can actually get like a whiff punch with a standing heavy punch. So that's why standing heavy punch has, you know, good properties versus the demon flip, and you will see it working, you know, a lot of the times throughout his run. This was a very good choice for him to use versus the demon flip. Again, starting the round with a fireball, and you can see, like, you know, he doesn't throw a lot of fireballs. Again, with the heavy punch, medium dunk kick. This is his signature move. Every single time he'll use this, and he'll use it at like maximum ranges, so then it doesn't become punishable. And he's trying to actually attempt to use it. This is the crazy thing, or the nice thing about it, is that he is using this hoping that you would try to punish him afterwards, and you will be surprised that, oh, your punish or your crouching medium kick whiffs, and he is ready with the whiff punch. It's like a space trap that he's always using. Again, a raw medium donkey kick over here, and he dashes forward, into the dry rush overhead to just make sure that it is a a meaty. It's not a meaty over here, but it just makes sure that it does not whiff, because if you do it from like long ranges, you have to delay the dry rush, and it kind of becomes a little bit obvious. So interesting choice over here. So he goes for the block string with light punch, and then you see the space every time he uses light punch from this space. As I told you before, he was using crouching light kick and then standing light punch before using the heavy punch. But now he spaced it with the overhead, and he went for that string, right? You see this? He has very good, understanding of the ranges and the pushback of Ryu. Every single move. How many times do you have to? How many buttons do I have to press before the heavy punch into donkey kick becomes safe on block, right? He has a very good understanding of that, and it's very, very impressive to watch. So again, Akuma realizes, or Angry Bird over here realizes that his crouching mean kick will not work, so he has to like dry rush to try to get something, and it actually works. It was a good option for me. It was a smart option. Okay, so back to defense. Again with the heavy punch, and this is also another interesting signature move from him. He does heavy punch into crouching light punch, crouching medium punch. Look at that. Okay, the nice thing about canceling dry rush from like heavy punch is that people cannot interrupt you with anything. Okay, they cannot interrupt you with like EXTP or parry or whatever. This is like a true block string, right? Unlike other stuff, there is an ODDP OS that everybody does, that the high level players do. If you cancel a crouching medium kick or standing medium punch or crouching medium punch into dry rush, and then you do whatever, if it's not a light punch, if you're not following it up with a light punch, there's a gap, right? There will be a gap, 3 frames, 2 frame gap, and then they can EXTP over there, right? So it's an OS and everybody does it. But when you do heavy punch and you cancel it, there's no gap, so they cannot do it. So you'll see him using this a lot as a safe string. And then this crouching medium punch, right? It becomes +3. Sorry, it becomes +4 actually. It becomes +4, and he actually presses, this one. He actually presses crouching back heavy kick, right? So back heavy kick is like 10 frames startup. So this is not a real string after the crouching medium punch. This is not a real string, because there is if he presses anything like a 4 framer, 5 framer, it will actually interrupt him over here, right? But he's taken advantage of the fact that Akuma or Angry Bird knows that this is plus. So he's probably gonna respect me because this is +4, right? So he's not gonna do anything afterwards, and he's just going to block, right? So let me just do something that is extra, since I know that he's gonna block. So let me just do something that's extra. It might not be real, but has good probability of it working. So he does this just like a long block string, and he cancels it with a light fireball, right? Which is gonna be -5 over here, so it's not gonna be punishable unless he's like in like close range, but it's a safe distance. This is a very nice, a very interesting block string. I would say use this, but if you know that the opponent is gonna mash, don't use it, because you would only use this versus somebody that you know is respectful, who knows frame data, who knows this is not his turn. So very, very interesting stuff. And you see him using this a lot. And the nice thing about the back heavy kick also is that it catches people who are trying to like throw. If they try to throw you, if they try to delay tech throw after the crouching medium punch, right? It will actually, this one over here, if Akuma tries to throw, like does like a delay tech throw, the back heavy kick will actually catch him. So it's more like a delayed tech throw bait. And also like it catches people who are trying to jump back or jump up or whatever. So this is very, very nice also. And as I said, if they press anything that is big, like 7 frames or whatever, you can actually get like a counter hit over here. So very interesting string, and you'll see him using this a lot more throughout his run, right? Tries to get the parry, perfect parry, cancel. This is one of the things that I don't like about Ryu, his dry rush. Another character would have actually reached him over here, but Ryu just his driver does not go far enough, so this could have been very, very dangerous for him. But anyways, he loses a round, or almost loses a round. Definitely, I think Angry Bird could have actually killed if he spent all of his drive meter, but he did not kill. He gets a crazy perfect parry. He does this and he goes for a medium punch into a crouching medium punch. It whiffs. This is actually very interesting and a very nice interaction, because it will teach you like a new setup for Ryu. Every time you do this, you get the perfect parry right there, and you do the heavy Ashoki, whether it's with Denjin or without Denjin, and you get this, right? And you do a medium Tatsu, right? You can actually dash up forward, do a medium punch, even though the medium punch is not a counter hit. Like it doesn't, like he just like held up or whatever, right? He did not block. Like let's say Akuma did not block over here. Even though this is a counter hit, right? If it wasn't a counter hit, you can connect a standing heavy punch after this medium punch. So you do a medium punch and then a standing heavy punch, and you get a full combo to be meaty. So this is very interesting, and I think he should have done this, because imagine without counter hit, it does connect. So with counter hit, it definitely does connect, and it could have actually been like the killing combo for him, because he has CA and Akuma has like, you know, low health, whatever. So it could have been really crazy, but he missed this. He got the crouching medium punch. Again, it doesn't connect. It doesn't have like great range. It has good range, but not Luke range, right? Crouching medium punch. So it whiffed. But if he had used standing heavy punch after the medium punch, it would have actually connected, and that would have been such a sick combo. So he loses this round, no problem. Next round he has CA, he has level 3, and his opponent has 0. So this is advantages for him. Again, he's dealing with the demon flip with heavy punch. Very interesting choice, as I said. Like it's he's using horizontal moves. He's trying to get something that has horizontal range versus this. And as I said, if it whiffs and he does it in time, he can get a whiff punish. Like over here, if he had done it just a tiny bit faster, I think he could have actually got a whiff punish. So very, very interesting. And again, he's using the driver's cancel. No problem. As I said, they cannot interrupt you. And will he go for the back heavy kick this time? No, he actually changes things up. But actually, if he had gone for the back heavy kick over here, it would have actually worked, because Akuma actually jumped back. Very interesting stuff, right? So yeah, but no problem. Still gets the whiff punish on the jumping, you know, because Akuma went for a heavy kick in the air, so he got a whiff punish. This time around, only doing a light fireball. And after the light fireball, he does a light down kick. You will see, you know, Blaz doing this a lot. Heavy punch into light fireball, and then even on block he will just follow it up with a light Hajoki. It's all of his playstyle is based on spacing. He knows, you know, the pushback of things for Ryu, like heavy punch, the pushback of heavy punch, the pushback of the fireball, and then he knows that if he follows up with a light donkey kick, it is gonna be, you know, safe on block. Even though normally it's -11. The light donkey kick is actually -11 on block normally, but because he's reliant on the pushback of the heavy punch and fireball, the light donkey kick becomes safe on block. So very, very interesting. This time around just whiffs, but no problem. He's in the blender right now. All right. What's the next mix-up? You can see his opponent has a little bit of dry meter over here, and this is also like something that I suggest people learn. This is also on OS. When somebody does a a safe jump, right, versus you, and they go for an empty low or nothing, right, you can delay your light punch. You can actually practice this. You can delay your light punch and make sure that it always comes out. If they don't go for anything in the air, right? So if they go for something in the air, your character will block. But if they go for an empty jump like this, or like an empty low, if they go for an empty low, you'll get a you'll get a counter hit, because it's not real. It's not true pressure. And if it's blocked, if they just go for nothing, right, you'll get a light punch like this. So this is an OS. This is an OS. You can see that the kid actually knows his stuff. He goes for the chip with the light Hashoki. This time around gets clipped. He just needs one hit. You see that? He's pressuring him a little bit. He tries to get some, you know, loops going on. Even though Akuma has his drive meter back, but he's in a very good position. He just needs one hit to kill. Blocking everything. You can look at this kid's, you know, defense, blocking everything. Goes for the throw. Oh my god, that's very good. That is very good because he's stuck to his face. Look at this. He's stuck to his face, and when somebody is trying to shimmy you, you'll see them walking back, right, or blocking a little bit. But this time around, he's just like sticking to his face. Look at that, and he just like it trips him, right? He thought that he's gonna go for a throw. So this is very interesting and very, very nice from Blaz. So first match goes to him. I think we've taken a lot of time in the first match, but it's kind of good. It showcases his tools and his tricks. And you can see that he's a very defensive player. He plays in a very defensive way. He doesn't throw a lot of fireballs, if you have noticed. He actually waits for you to do a mistake and then punishes you. He has lapped his punishes very, very well. This time around, he does not go for Oki after the EXTP. If I was him, I would have definitely done a driver sort of plexus over here to get the meaty pressure. But again, the heavy punch into medium donkey kick. His signature move. You see this? He knows that this is from this range. It's gonna be safe. Look at the pushback. Beautiful stuff. Like this is like, you know, art over here. If you're into things like this, like spacing and pushback and stuff, this is very, very nice to watch. Very satisfying to watch, right? So Akuma knows this, even though this is not a punish, but he still got the hit because maybe he did not block, maybe he backdash or whatever. But he gets the punish. Even it's not a punish, he gets the hit with the target combo. I think Blaz over here, he just held up. Maybe he just tried to jump forward or something. Throw loop time. Delayed light punch, but the crouching, but the standing light. Look at this. Look at this combo. Look at this interaction. Look at this. This is one of the things about Ryu. Not every button is made the same. Standing medium punch has less range than crouching medium punch. I think if he had done crouching medium punch over here, he would have actually connected, right? But instead, he actually went for the standing medium punch, which has less range, and it failed him. Like this happens a lot of the time. Sometimes when you are pressing crouch light punch in defense like this, it's and you know that your opponent is not right in front of your face. It's actually just better to just do standing light kick instead. It has the most success rate, or like the longest range in that instant. It just goes for a Hail Mary sweep and it gets blocked. Anyhow, nice TP over the demon flip. And he gets the engine charge, right? You'll see him doing this. You'll see he only does this, if you have noticed, only when he has the opponent in the corner, right? When he just wants to put him in the corner, he might do this. He might get the engine charge and then just like slowly walks him, and closing the gap. But he would not do this in neutral. I haven't seen him doing this in neutral. Maybe if he gets like a raw donkey kick, he would do it. He would do the engine charge. But other than that, no. Beautiful block, beautiful throw from him. And just puts him in the corner. He tried to connect that. If he was a little bit faster, maybe this would have actually connected the light donkey kick. Yeah. But no problem. You can see that he's trying to chip him out. This time around, he's not doing the heavy or the medium donkey kick because this is like close range. You can see that he has the opponent in the corner, so there's no more pushback, right? There's only pushback. You are the only one who is actually being pushed back, but the opponent is not getting pushed back also. So he cannot do medium donkey kick over here. If he had done it, it would have been actually a punish, and he might have actually like lost. But so he has a very good situational awareness, where he realized that over here I should not do medium donkey kick. I should actually do EX Shoki to get the plus frames and also like chip drive meter, because he's in the orange over here, right? So I can't actually put him in burnout if I actually pressure him. And this is one of the new playstyles of Ryu that was added in the new or in the recent like updates, like throughout like season 2 or season 2.5, I think it was added, where a lot of Ryu stuff were actually doing a lot of drive meter chip damage, which is very interesting, right? So he was trying to do that, and he actually succeeds. He puts the opponent in burnout. Yes, it's a drive reversal, but still, it's very good, right? Opponent is in burnout. That's what you want. It's a beautiful whiff punish, and he immediately just goes for the the stun. Even though Akuma has level 2, like this guy has no fear. Like he could have actually like eaten a level 2 over here, at least a level 1, but he had no fear. Immediately goes for the driver's light kick. This is actually very interesting. I see some Ryu players, I see Kusanagi also doing this sometimes. I still haven't figured out why a crouch, why a standing light kick, why driver standing light kick. Very interesting question, right? And if you watch his playthrough or his run through the tournament, you will see him actually using this more. Is it to catch whatever that they press? Like it whiffs, like they realize that it whiffs, they know that it's going to whiff. Is it just because even if it whiffs, it's going to be hard to whiff punish? And if their opponent presses anything, it will work. Maybe because also light kick actually cancels the drive rush very early, so it can't catch people trying to check your drive rush. So I think that's the reason why. It's like using drive rush light punch, right? You're trying to, like, when you use drive rush light punch, you try to catch people who are actually trying to check your drive rush. This is maybe another alternative that has more range. And on whiff, it's hard to like whiff punish because it's a light kick. So maybe that's the reason why. Again, as we said before, when he's in plus frames, he tries to overextend. He tries to like do something that is not real because he realizes that the opponent knows that this is plus frame. It's not his turn. So he's probably gonna block me. He's probably gonna just block afterwards, right? So over here, this solar plexus, which is +3. And instead of doing like crouching medium kick or like standing light kick or like crouching medium punch or whatever, he goes for drivers. Like he's trying to get more plus frames after this. He's trying to get more pressure after this from this, and he gets checked. This time around, did not work. And interesting defense with the back jump. You will see this a lot of the times, situations where if you watch high level Street Fighter right now, this is like the new play style of players, where when they are in a situation like this where a throw is expected, right? Like this is like plus on hit for Akuma, so probably Akuma might go for a throw or might go for a button over here. So the defending player will actually jump back. A very interesting thing, and you'll watch a lot of the pros do this, because if they do a throw, it might work, it might get shimmied, and if you get shimmied, you'll lose a lot of health. If you jump neutral jump, you'll get anti-aired even though the throw had been whiffed. But a back jump is very difficult to punish, if there is a punish at all. For some characters, it might not be possible. So yeah, this is a very interesting choice, and you'll see a lot of the top level players using this also. Beautiful EXDP over there. Again, after the EXDP, instead of doing a drive rush total plexus, he just walks up a little bit, dashes up in this time around, and he gets the right spacing, heavy punch, medium down kick. It's very beautiful, and you will see this also sometimes happening after a forward throw. He also does the same thing sometimes. He will just like walk up a little bit, space it correctly, just have a feeling of it, heavy punch, medium down kick, and he gets the spacing correctly. This is safe. This is safe. Look at the pushback. Look at the pushback. It's very, very beautiful. He cannot punish you over there. And you can see that Akuma attempts it. Akuma attempts it, and it doesn't work. Right? Akuma attempts it, doesn't work, and unfortunately he punished way too early. He could have actually gotten like a fat punish from this. But nonetheless, he gets the crouching medium punch, and he goes for a sneaky, reset with the overhead. But Akuma was blocking high, and this time around does not work. If this had connected, this overhead connected, it might have been, not death, but close to death, right? But look at this interaction. He goes for drive impact, and he just jumps. This is very, very interesting, and this is absolutely intentional. This is not by luck, guys, because he goes for this. Yes, it's blocked, but he goes for a light punch, right? After the light punch, you will see him actually doing this throughout his run, as I said before. When he's in burnout, he baits the eyes with light punches. Like he would do light punch, light kick, and then jump, or he would do light punch and then jump, right, in anticipation of this, because even if the light punch is blocked, right? This is not this is not anticipation. This is reaction. Like he saw the dry impact, got the light punch blocked, and he saw the, oh, there's a dry impact. Let me just neutral jump it because there's enough time. There's enough time, and you can try it also in training. There's enough time, and look at the punish. He just goes for a crowd for a starting for a jumping medium kick, right? Which crosses him up. And because it's a cross up, he can't connect standing medium punch into back heavy punch. Look at the damage. This is optimal stuff, guys. And this combo would now work unless it's a cross up. Unless it's a cross up, this combo will not work. So this is like very optimal stuff. You can see that Akuma is about to die over here. But it's very, very beautiful. I don't know why he could not get a DP over here. He probably could have. Because Blaz actually went for a jumping heavy kick, so it would have actually been enough, I think. Yeah, he could have actually got a DP over here, but I did not go for it. And against the combo, he tries to get a sneaky reset also over here with the demon, but Blaz knew it and he was holding up and he gets the punish. So this is like a very beautiful round from him, or a very beautiful match from him. So he's now match point away from finishing this set, winning against Akuma or against Angry Bird 3-0 in Capcom Cup. It's crazy. So anyhow, so you can see that his defense is very good. He likes to play defensive. He likes to not throw a lot of fireballs, not throw a lot of stuff in neutral. He just blocks. He just waits for things to for you to throw a punishable move, and then he punishes you accordingly. And he's like blocking a lot of the block strings. You can see that over here he realizes that Akuma's turn has ended, right? Over here, like after this, it's actually not an end, but it's more like a delayed light kick, into light dog kick. This is actually very dangerous. This is over here is very punishable. This is actually still minus 11. If Akuma had done a sweep, it would have worked. If Akuma had done a heavy punch, it would have worked. But I think over here is that, after you condition the opponent with medium down kick, right? And they see that, oh, I cannot actually punish that. Like you're spacing it very correctly. Now when you use light down kick, people cannot actually like tell the difference, in such like high stakes situations like this, like a Capcom Cup, right? We're talking about Capcom Cup in a tournament. So you condition them with medium down kick, and then you hit them with light down kick, in the middle. They don't know the difference, or they cannot tell the difference right away. So if he had actually known the difference, he would have actually been able to punish this. But he goes for a forward heavy punch, which is I think more than 11 frames. It's not gonna punish it, right? So yeah, again, this is a beautiful bait, even though it's a dangerous one. Like he goes for a heavy punch over here, like this is like very far away. This heavy punch will not work. Like this was actually an attempt for him to whiff punish the standing medium kick, but it's not gonna work. It's like very slow. This is very dangerous, and Akuma realizes this, and he's like, oh, let me just whiff punish him, and he goes for the sweep, but it's like too far away, and then he gets whiff punished with the sweep. Classic footsies over here. Also, another thing, look at this, he gets the demon flip, right? He doesn't do anything, he's waiting for situations like this. He's waiting for chances like this, an opponent to do a move, so then he can actually punish it. And look at the punish, beautiful punish. Every time the demon flip actually changes sides like this, you get a counter hit with the standing light punch. So yeah, does the medium tatsu over here, right? Akuma jumps out, back heavy kick in the air, and he's just buffering a crouching medium punch over here. Look at this. Even though he got hit, he's just buffering a crouching medium punch over here into Tatsu, because he realizes that if this medium punch over here connects with anything, that's definitely going to be a hit. It cannot connect. If you do crouching medium punch, from like long ranges, and you know that this range it's gonna whiff, it's always better to actually cancel it with anything, because that cancel will only come out, that buffer would only come out if it actually clips anything. Alright, if the crouching medium punch actually clips anything, and it will not clip and block because you're far away. How can you block when you're this range, right? When if your opponent is blocking and you do crouching medium punch from here, it's just gonna whiff, right? But if the opponent presses anything or walks forward or dashes forward or whatever, and that crouching medium punch actually hits whatever, then the buffer will come out. So this is also like just a quick brief explanation of why this actually worked. You're like, oh, this is like it's like YOLO. No, it's not YOLO. He's just buffering this, and he knows that from that range, if it hits anything, the crouching medium punch hits anything, the Tatsu will come out. If the crouching medium punch does not hit anything, then the Tatsu will not come out. So it's a quick explanation of buffering. So watch this, right? He goes for the crouching medium kick into standing light punch. He cannot interrupt you over here. They cannot interrupt you with anything over here. You cannot do the EXTP OS. They cannot perfect parry or whatever. And after the standing light punch, right? You're going to be +3 on block, right? You're gonna be over here. He's +3 on block. So if he does 4 frames, 5 frames, 6 frames, right? He's safe. If the opponent presses anything that is if he presses anything like a light punch or whatever, he's gonna get a counter hit, right? And get combo off of it. So he does a 6 framer, which is he's crouching medium punch. So all of this is a true block string. If Akuma presses anything over here, he will get hit, right? And then over here, this crouching medium punch is actually 0. So if Akuma attempts to press anything over here like a light punch, and he goes for a light punch over here, you can see that he goes for a light punch afterwards. So if Akuma attempts to go for a light punch, this is just going to be trade, and he's just going to reset neutral. He just goes back, and then that's it. So Akuma, even if he interrupts over here, he does not get a combo, he does not get a proper reward. So this is a very good block string. It's actually one of the best block strings that Ryu has. And remember, in this situation over here, before this light punch, if Akuma presses anything that is more than 4 frames, Ryu actually gets a full combo, because if he gets a counter hit over here with this light punch, he actually connects it with a lag kick. So it's very, very useful. This kid is very calculated. This kid is very calculated. A lot of the stuff that he's doing are just not YOLO. All these stuff are studied. So this is a very proper block string, and he finishes it up with a light Hashoki, -3 on block, still not a punish. So very beautiful stuff. All right, so right now he pushes him back to the corner with a drive reversal. This is an answer to this is the best answer to the driver's cancels, because even if they go for a light punch, which is not, you cannot enter an EXTP OS in between, this will at least bring them back to the corner. So this is the option that is technically the best one that covers all the options. It's not a true punish, but it just pushes them back to the corner. So yeah, now he's putting him over here. Look at this again. As I said, this is a bait. He goes for the light punch, pressure, and he's in burnout. Remember, the Ryu is in burnout over here, so he's expecting that a driving pack will actually come out over here. So he goes for the pressure with the light punches, and then he goes for a neutral jump. This neutral jump is just to bait the DI. Exactly like what happened over there in that first round, but in that first round it was on reaction. This time around it's just an anticipation. He just goes for 3 light punches, and then he expects him to do a DI, because normally Ryu players, they go for light punches and then special move, right? So this time around he gets the DP, no drive impact, and from long range, look at this. From long range, he just goes for the standing light kick into light donkey kick, right? So long ranges, like it makes it a little bit more difficult for people to punish the light donkey kick. But again, if this is blocked, it will be punished if you know the matchup very, very well. Okay, look at him. He's just catching. Look, as I said before, like he just gets the donkey kick, and then he gets the Denjin charge, and then he just walks him to the corner. Look at this. He just walks into the corner, and if you attempt to jump, he will meet you in the air and then do a medium punch into Tatsu. And he's just trying to keep you in the corner over there. It's a beautiful anti-air, and the medium punch actually works a lot better than the DP. It has more damage, and it just keeps the opponent in the corner. There isn't that that fear of you doing a cross-up DP and then the opponent is now out of the corner. So this is very good. And after this, he uses the Denji charge that he got before from the after the heavy punch. Look at this. This is plus 3 over here. So it's Ryu's turn. And on top of this, he's actually in throw range. He doesn't need to like walk forward or wait a little bit or anything. He can just press throw immediately and it will work. This is the beauty of this string. Heavy punch into Denjin, heavy Hashoki. So he goes for the throw over here, but it's read correctly. And what a beautiful punish to the DI. What an insane punish to the DI. This is all reaction. Very, very nice stuff. Goes for a little bit of Dominican mind games over here. The driver's light punch into driver's light punch again. He's plus 3 over here. Goes for Scorching Mina punch. And this time around he goes for, so previously you respected me, right? When I did this string. This time around I'm gonna go for something that's fake. I'm gonna go for a heavy Hashoki. Does not go for the throw. This time around just goes for the shimmy. Look at that. He's mixing things up a little bit. And again, the heavy punch is, as I said, this is like his signature move. The heavy punch, driver cancel. Again, to pressure this time around, he tries to go for a throw. Heavy punch again. A little bit of Dominican, mind games over there. Put him back in the corner. Look at the beautiful shimmy. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a level 3. If he had level 3, I would bet that he would have actually cancelled it. But he doesn't have a level 3 over here. He's still in a very good position. Cannot combo this. Still, you're in a good position. All right, look at this. Catches the demon flip with a back light punch. This is actually a very good punish for this. This is the proper way to counter the demon flip from that range. The proper way. Jump back light punch from very close ranges. Okay, he's still in a very good position. All right, blocks it. Blocks the overhead. Now he is in burn. Now he's back. He has level 3. He's back. Akuma needs to do something because the Akuma now is in burnout. So he gets the drive reversal. It works. Is a punish counter drive reversal, right? So it pushes Akuma all the way over there, and he throws a level 1. This to level 1 is actually a string. Like if Akuma tries to jump, he will die, right? If Akuma presses anything over here, he will die. He cannot do anything. Akuma cannot do anything over here. He will just have to block it. And if he blocks it, look at the chip. Look at the chip on the health. It's very, very nice stuff. Very, very calculated. And he still has 2 more bars. Just fine. And Akuma tries to go for the punish. Look at that. He actually reacted to the Denjin charge. And he wanted to actually get like a punish. He thought that he was actually going to reach. But he did not reach. He just stopped right in front of him. Very unfortunate for Angry Bird over there. But again, he's like, Akuma has nothing. He just has to do something, which is like a demon flip like this, and he just gets answered with an EXTP. So this is a very, very beautiful set. I really enjoyed this. This is, very beautiful stuff. Yes, it was bad for Angry Bird, our friend, but it was very, very beautiful stuff from this guy. His Ryu is definitely not Yodo. His Ryu is definitely not how do I say this? He does play with feeling, like he just feels where he is. He does have like that situational awareness. But again, a lot of the stuff that he does are calculated, and I don't think that a lot of people realize that. I don't think that a lot of people realize the strings that he's doing and the how calculated is this kid when it comes to like spacing and when it comes to like the pushback. He realizes the pushback of a lot of stuff for Ryu. So overall, I think this is the best showcase for Ryu ever since the game has started. And if I could summarize the way that he plays, I think that he plays, defensive play. I think this play style right now in Street Fighter 6 is very, very dominant. Playing defensive and waiting for the opponent to do stuff, and then you punish those stuff. So he's very defensive, and he relies on heavy punch a lot. Heavy punch, every single time. It's like I'll actually do a follow-up video to explain to you how to space it out correctly and do it like him, and I will give you another trick also that he doesn't use. I'll give you some new stuff in a new video. But the heavy punch, he uses heavy punch a lot, well spaced, and he uses space traps a lot. So defense, heavy punch, and space traps. This is his play style. And he does also use, he didn't actually do it a lot in this set, but in other sets he was actually doing a lot of chip to drive meter with heavy punch and then heavy Ashu, then EX Ashuki and stuff like that. So yeah, very interesting playstyle. Very beautiful stuff from him. I didn't want to take a look at every single set, but I think this one is the one that shows everything that he has to offer. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.